You will see the trophy here is really nice. The trophy is, I think, is one of the nicest.
I keep it.
Wow. Yes. So that trophy really hit the spot with Sebastian. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? Brilliant. I must get that on the website.
Today's video is really awesome. I meet with Richard Fox and his incredible team down at Fox Silver who create most of Formula One's trophies. We're going to see the entire process from start to finish, so let's jump over to his workshop to see how it's done.
I studied in London, went to Middlesex and then on to the Royal College of Art for another 3 years. Sort of walked into the big wide world. Well, I had to find a workshop, I had to find equipment, and then in 1984 I got my really first big break. Bernie Ecclestone had gone to my livery company. We really hit it off. He asked me how long it might take for him to see the designs. Well, it's going to take at least a week or so, and I said, how about end of following week? He said, I'll leave for South Africa on Thursday morning. I said, see you Wednesday night. And I think he quite liked that. And indeed, that led on to making the World Championship trophies. I've lost count of how many trophies we've now made, getting up to 700, 800. So I've got an amazing team here. They're dedicated to what they do. They love it. It's just wonderful to see them on the TV at the end of a race. You know, it really is a satisfying feeling. Process at the start of the trophy, we have to find out who is going to be the title sponsor of the country, whatever. So we engage with the track, we engage with the sponsor. In actual fact, if you look at the FIA rule book, there are 2 pages on how to design a trophy. But it tells you the height of the trophies, the graphics that have to be used, and more importantly, the weight of the trophies, which I can tell you now, we absolutely stick to. Anyway, so when we're designing the trophy, ideas will come to the fore, I'll sketch them out. Sometimes you can sit there for days racking your head and drawing little shapes and things, and then suddenly it comes like that. And it always seems to do that. I then have a CAD designer with his magic touch can transform into something that looks like it's actually been made. Then we can put that onto the 3D printer and literally print it in a variety of materials. From that, we can look at the prototype, see whether everything's running correctly. So we can see whether everything balances correctly, the proportions are right. During this process, we're looking at how on earth we can manufacture the trophy as well. And it may be by hand raising, it may be by spinning, by lathe work, all sorts of different processes. We can electroform directly onto that substrate, and the electroforming is like a 3-dimensional plating process. It goes into a tank of either sulfuric acid if it's in copper, or cyanide if it's in pure silver. Basically what's happening is we're passing an electrical current through the objects. In this solution there's approximately 20 kilos of silver. The bags hanging off here, these are the anodes, and they have solid silver bars. The anode bar and the cathode, the object, it's plus negative, so it's attracting the molecules from the solution onto the object. We do this relatively slowly to get a very smooth finish. With Bahrain, these are electroforms, and these were originally all made by hand. So this represents the 2 C's in Bahrain coming together. This area here is the Bahrain International Circuit logo, and inside this is the actual shape of the track. These are the trophies we're working on at the moment, and the clue is here as to where it's going. So it's an imminent race. You can just basically see the way that they're constructed. We've got a polyacetal base here. We have a cover in metal, which we will then engrave in silver plate. Colours of the national flag. These are hand spun onto a chuck on a lathe. So the metal starts off as a disc, and then it's forced over the chuck with a tool and pushed into this shape. When it comes back from our spinners, we have to do a lot of what we call flat filing, because the metal surface will have lots of ripples from the tool going over that surface. And if we were to leave it, it would look dreadful when polished and then plated. So it's all hand filed. This is how it all comes apart. So you can see, very simple. And the whole thing is held by fitting up in there and through the base, and the whole trophy then locks together. It creates a seal in the bottom, so if they wish to pour some champagne and drink out of it, they can. This has been machined in-house on the computer engraver, so we've milled out the F170 logo, which will be colour-filled in red. and then the Aramco logo with their blue stripe colour. So in the inside here, got a soft sateen finish with a 24-carat hard gold plate inside. Yeah, the guys that are doing the polishing have to be equally skilled, and that's an art in itself. So that's where you can make and break all the hard work that you've done, because it's very easy to catch an edge or lose an edge off a trophy or polish out some detail. It's a pretty filthy job, but I pride myself for my polishing abilities, actually. Not that I do it as often these days.
Who do you think is going to hold that trophy?
Well, if they get the strategy right, there's only one person really, isn't it? It's Lewis. So. But hey, you know, sometimes things go wrong.
It's win number 91. Hamilton takes the Eiffel Grand Prix.
The Abu Dhabi trophy, that is actually a pure silver coating over rapid forms. We've worked with them since the very first race, so they've had 3 or 4 iterations now of the design. I've been looking at all sorts of things, you know, things that are going on in Abu Dhabi with architecture, with history. What couldn't be better than a peregrine falcon diving? It's about speed. Formula One's about speed. It's the fastest animal on the earth. Then the idea of a vortex came to mind, so it's a falcon diving through a vortex. And that's how that one came about. Some of my favourite trophies will be the World Championship trophies. That was an amazing commission to get from Formula One. All of the drivers to date have ordered a replica trophies. All the drivers' signatures since 1950 spiral around. So we literally recreate the driver's signature, we put the date or year on it. The trophy's 70 years old, so that's 70 signatures. That takes 3 weeks for one person to hand engrave the whole trophy if a driver wants a replica of it. I just love it that they enjoy holding the trophies, holding them aloft, and you know, hopefully it reflects their achievement.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay. It's okay.
That's four times of contact.
It's a bit bent. Oh no, it's meant to be like that.
But that's it for now, and a massive thanks to Richard Fox and his team for letting me come along and film. If you want to learn some more details about them, I've linked them down in the description below. But if you want to watch some more videos of mine, you can do so by clicking over there on the left-hand side. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can do so by clicking down there as well. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.